Hey, this is your weekly. This coming weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and it's going to be a little bit crazy. We expect that not all the kids are going to be there. It's usually a little bit of light attendance. So we're trying to change that by creating a new tradition, which is the CSM Olympics. We're going to have fun with it. So we're not going to be serious at all this weekend. The whole point is just to have a good time and build a pod community. So just have fun with it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have some music available for you, and you can ham it up in any way that you want at the beginning of your service. You could run in with a torch. We'll have a torch that you can play on the screen. We'll have some opening Olympic music that you can play. So if you want to do some sort of goofy relay with your leaders or something to open it, that would be hysterical. You could even have all the kids come and sit down like it's going to be really boring, and then tell them what you're going to do and start it by having a leader run in with a candle or whatever you want to do. Here are the games that you're going to do. Mingle is the first game, and you do mingle by having somebody on the mic just call out a number, and people get in groups of that number, and whoever is left over has to sit down. And then you call out another number, and people get in groups of that number. So if you call 5, everybody's going to get in groups of 5, and whoever your leftovers are, they have to sit down. And you keep calling it out. Now, as it gets smaller, when you get down to 3 people, you're going to call a group of 2, and you're going to have 1 left, and you can't get any smaller than that. So you're going to have 2 winners, and those 2 winners are going to be from pods, and those pods should get points for the fact that they won. So it's going to be an overall score for all of the games. So keep scores somewhere on a whiteboard or on a piece of paper on the side. I don't care. And then tell them at the end who won. The next one is we're going to have a bunch of boxes of tissue for you, and you pull up 1 person from each pod. That is a chance for everybody to sit down then. And they pull out all the tissues out of the box as fast as they can. Whoever wins, their team gets points. You can, if it's close, you can award some secondary points to the second team. Really, it's kind of at your discretion how you point. The next one is the toothpick lifesaver game. Have entire pods. Actually, for larger services, you might just send up groups of like 5 people from each pod. And for smaller services, you could do whole pods. You give each person a toothpick in a pod, and it starts with a lifesaver on 1 toothpick, and they have to pass it to the next person, the lifesaver to the toothpick in the other person's mouth. So it's a relay race to get the lifesaver to the very end of the line from toothpick to toothpick. Whoever ends first, that team gets points. The next one is Buck Buck. I have no freaking clue how to describe Buck Buck, but it's really important that every service plays because it ends up getting played at every Ichthus and every Go Local. And so we want to make sure that you play it because it'll cue up the summer that everybody will know how to play that game. I think we're going to include right here a little clip on what it looks like. The whole point is that you're trying to pile up as high as you can. The next one is the Raw Biscuit Relay. For the Raw Biscuit Relay, you are going to run a distance and back with a raw biscuit stuck to your head. Choose like 4 people from each pod to run it, and they come back and without using their hands have to attach the raw biscuit to the other person's head, and then they run. It's really funny to watch people run trying to make sure the biscuit doesn't fall off their head. Next is Karate Gun Gorilla, which we've played before. There's Karate Gun Gorilla. I think that's a gorilla. Karate beats gun, gun beats gorilla, gorilla beats karate. It's basically the same thing as rock, paper, scissors, but the whole awesomeness is that whoever wins each time, the other person has to follow them around and cheer for them until you end up with basically 2 people at the end and you have a winner. You give them points. There you go. And our last one is Limbo. We'll make sure that every service has a gigantic pole of some sort available to play Limbo with. We'll even be sending one to Mason. So you come up with probably 2 people from each pod who want to come up and do Limbo. That's it. At the very end, we'd like for you to do some sort of ridiculously cheesy award ceremony. We'll have awards available for you in your bins and at every service. So just do have a 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place, bronze, silver, and gold. And we haven't decided yet. Jess is running out today to buy whatever those are going to be, but give awards. And that's it. That's the entire service. If you end up with free time at the end, which I don't think you will, but if you do, they're welcome to go back to their pods and just have pod time talking. Otherwise, we're hoping that this sort of like fills up the whole service. All right, that's it. Have a blast for Memorial Day weekend. Oh, the other thing is we're going to try to get some wristbands and headbands for you guys, or something cheesy that all of the leaders can wear to sort of cheese it up when the students come into the room. That's it. Have fun with it. See you next week.